Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. Why him? Of all people, you picked him? Rant. So I was married for 18 years, had 3 amazing kids, big beautiful house, and was financially stable. My wife wanted to be a stay-at-home mom and my job provided that. 7 years ago we needed some electrical work done on the house and she suggested a friend she went to school with. His dad and him did side work and gave me a good deal. When he came over to do the work he was very professional with me. My wife and him talked about people they went to school with and what they are doing now. She was not all flirty with him or anything, just normal conversation. To be honest, I had nothing to worry about because he was not a looker, did not have a very good personality, talked about gaming all the time and how he moved back in with his parents because he couldn't hold a job down, not a person my wife would be attracted to. Anyways, 2 years later I find out my wife is having an EA. The red flags were there, but as us survivors know, we don't want to believe it. I wish I would have found this sub back then. One big red flag was she changed her passcode, and when I asked she said the kids kept getting her phone. Okay, I can buy that, and she gave me her code, but then always had it on her after that. So on DD she left it on the coffee table and the suspicion got the best of me and I did go through her phone and that's when I found the messages. At first I didn't even know who this guy was, just that they were talking and had been for a while. Well, she came out of the room and caught me on her phone, and that when all hell broke loose. I asked her to tell me what was going on and she denied everything. She demanded her phone back and not to read the messages. I said hell no and locked myself in a room so I could read what was going on. I only got to see some of the thread because she got on the computer and deleted the FB Messenger. Man, I was pissed. Okay, this story is dragging on. Long story short, she came clean. Trick truth, like pulling teeth. They had an EA and PA for 2 years. I was like, who is this guy? And she told me it the guy that did our electrical work. Holy shit, I totally forgot about him, and I was like, seriously, you picked him to cheat on me with? You got to be ducking kidding me. So this whole rant comes to this. If you're going to cheat on your SA, don't you at least upgrade? I mean, I'm no Don Juan, but come on. I'm the greatest father, husband, and lover she's ever had. Her words, not mine. She just lost her way is what I'm told. So here I am 5 years later still trying to figure out what I could have done better, what was wrong with me, what he had that I didn't. I ask myself all the time, if I was to cheat on the person I love more than anything, she better be the bee's knees. Okay, I'm done. Thanks for listening. Most cheaters affair down. It's super common. Your mindset is also common, and supremely flawed. You think her affair had something to do with you being bad at something and him being better at it. The honest truth is that there's nothing you did or didn't do to cause it to happen. The problem is with her, not you. It doesn't even have anything to do with him. The problem is still with her. Did you divorce her? Or did you stay with an unremorseful cheater? Thanks. I try to tell myself that every day, but it's tough. It really lowers your self-esteem. Nope, she is gone, but we do get along for the kids. Do you have another so now? How is your ex's life? Is she with anyone, or just still being a boss? Nope. That will take some time. I just focus on my kids' happiness. That's awesome. But don't let her rob you of too much more time. I'm trying, brother. Peas. There is nothing wrong with you, and I just really relate here, and your post/rant resonates with me because my ex also cheated with someone that was essentially a nobody and a complete downgrade, but with cheaters it's like they will deny it even when you have solid evidence. It took me 3 times to leave that guy, and now his life is literally shit compared to how he lived in the past when he was with me, and that's literally due to all his own choices. It does sometimes bewilder me that people can literally be so selfish to destroy their family and kids' lives all BC of their own selfish desires. You don't propose or feign commitment, then have children or get married, then end up doing that to your SA, but so many do. It's like I wish more people in relationships would be more blatantly honest and transparent. If you can't control your desires or can't seem to be monogamous, well then maybe a single or different lifestyle is the one for you, but they hardly do that. Instead they have one long-term partner or husband/wife. Then really I've heard so many excuses and just cheat until they no longer can get away with it, and if they can it goes on, and usually more than one AP. I wish you the best in this new period of your life and hope you can have a wonderful transition into living on your own as a single dad until you are ready to maybe date again. Good job, my friend. I feel for you. I'd like to post a rant like this because my story is similar to yours. Luckily I never got married, but I was engaged and it took nearly a decade, then having our son the last year we were together, for me to find out he had been cheating with a girl that befriended both of us. At the time I was unaware she was doing it just to get to him in a relationship with her. After it progressed from just being a side piece, he kept a secret from me. It was truly awful, and I feel the same as you. I was the best partner and devoted mother to our child. He said these things and yet he still didn't want to be loyal and put his partner/child as priority in his life. Zero decency, and I'm so glad for you that you ended it and now you are doing the same thing I've been, which is focusing on my kids' happiness. Believe me, I never thought I would post my story. I also did not expect so many responses. I truly appreciate everyone that took the time to read it and encourage me to be a better me. I try to respond to everyone's comments, but it's overwhelming. I will say you all made me feel better, smiley face. It's extremely common for cheaters to cheat down. It may have something to do with their boredom and their ability to access the low-hanging fruit. Has she told you yet that she regrets her mistake? As if a 2-year affair is anything but a full-blown relationship with thousands of choices and decisions. Good luck, hop. What are you actively doing to improve your self-esteem? If the answer is not much, then that's the mindset you'll be stuck with. You can't do shit about her problems, but you're 100% in control of yourself. I guess it's good you get along for the kids, but I wouldn't set yourself on fire to keep her warm. You don't have to be friends to be good co-parents, you just have to be cordial/polite. You don't have to like her or the person she really is, or pretend to. In any event, make it your purpose in life to be the best version of yourself and find your happiness. You'll quickly find out that you won't give two fucks about her when you decide to focus on yourself. You are right, I can't control her problems now, and I will say I did go in a destructive mode on myself for a while. My kids keep me in check. But how to get there? I'm in a jam and had to call my ex. He's already in a new relationship and he said I can't talk to you because the woman I'm seeing wouldn't like that. I didn't cheat. Never did. He ended it, saying I was cheating. Some days I feel like I will never be with someone else again. Some days I don't care. How long ago was this? Is she still with her AP? Well, the affair started 7 years ago. I found out 2 years later. We tried working it out for 1.5 years, but I could get over it. So I would say 4 years later it still is on my mind. It may be on your mind for some time to come. But, you did the absolute right thing by divorcing. So is she working now, or is she living off of alimony? Did you get 50-50 custody with the kids? Do the kids live with you or her? How old are your kids? She took nothing from me but my heart and my ability to trust again. She does work and we share 50-50 custody. I mean, I read a lot of posts on here before I wrote this today. She feels she should pay for what she did, so she asked for nothing. To be honest, she's doing everything right now. Do you feel down the road, you may try to make it work with your ex? Is she showing true remorse and penance for screwed up judgment? Ask out of curiosity, as I have read some pretty jacked up stories, where the cheater goes completely inward, and spends their time working towards becoming a better person in hopes of gaining a second chance. Another Redditor wrote about his first wife having a drunken illness, and he divorced her, and then ended up with a psycho, who pretty much leveled him. all during the fallout from his second imploding marriage. His first ex remained the constant for him, even helping him provide a safe place, not only their shared child, but even for his stepchild from the psycho. They are easing back into a relationship again, he and his first, mainly due to his first wife having gone pretty much celibate for the entire time after their divorce. I realize a 2-year affair is damn sure more than an ONS, so there is that. No, I think that ship sailed. Right now I just focus on my kids. Try to better myself, not ready for a relationship. Most affairs are a short-term fix, probably as this one was meant to be, but it became a habit. Towards D-Day she probably wasn't even getting that much out of it anymore, but it was just something that she did, if that makes sense. She wasn't entertaining any notion of leaving you for him. As a result, she didn't have to place any value on his prospects, honesty, or any other worthwhile trait. The only value that mattered was how well he massaged her ego. He was a hamburger she could eat on the go whilst also keeping the best steak at home. You were never meant to find out about this short-term affair, so she never considered the consequences. But it dragged on. Some people will mistake kindness and respect for weakness. You, like all decent men in the world, were kind and empathetic towards her, so with all the joint history, all the kindness and support throughout the years, all the tied finances, the shared beautiful children, all the previous things you have forgiven and worked through, etc., she thought that this would be enough to keep you in the relationship despite it having gone on for 2+ years, and would have still continued should you have not found out. Only now, when all the cards are on the table, does she regret her actions and poor choices. Heck, she might even be genuinely remorseful, but 2+ years of an affair is a whole other relationship. A poor quality one, to be sure, but a relationship nevertheless. She wasn't entertaining any notion of leaving you for him. As a result, she didn't have to place any value on his prospects, honesty, or any other worthwhile trait. The only value that mattered was how well he massaged her ego. He was a hamburger she could eat on the go whilst also keeping the best steak at home. You were never meant to find out about this short-term affair, so she never considered the consequences. Wow, the above quote about the hamburger really blew my mind. Your whole post did, really. I never thought about cheating the way you worded it. Wow, she took nothing from you financially because she didn't deserve it. She must have come to that conclusion after 1.5 years of trying to reconcile. I've been cheated on too in past relationships, before I met and married my wife. Man, that is just so freaking painful. When it happened to me, I just ended up disappearing. But this was before the internet was big, there was no real SM or anything like that, so it was much easier. When I did it, I moved out of the country, changed my name, how I dressed, and so many other things. I totally remind myself. I didn't even keep in contact with any of our mutual friends, nor my friends really. I was very humiliated and had no idea how to handle it, so I just disappeared. Wow, you really ghosted to the next level. Think about it. People have affairs with losers that are willing to sleep with married people. Are awesome sexy single people going to bother with the headache and drama from chasing a married person? No. They're going to go for awesome sexy single people. So the married people have affairs which are bottom of the barrel to start with. Secondly, people that have affairs typically don't view other human beings as, well, human. They're just objects they can use to fulfill their own desires. So if some loser comes along and shows you attention, well, they're good enough simply because they're not you. It's just a transaction with the sole requirement of them not being their partner. So that's why people are fair down. They have to scrape the bottom of the barrel to begin with, and the only thing that's required is that they're not you. My ex-wife cheated on me with an overweight, unattractive minimum wage security guard that lived at home. While complaining that I didn't make enough money, 6 figures in my mid-20s, wasn't attractive enough, had a six-pack and was voted hottest guy in my school, and didn't give her a big enough home. We had a large modern condo that I paid 90% for. You can't make this stuff up. So would you say good guys finish last? Did you ask yourself why she downgraded? I mean, you sound like I was when it happened. We as men think women would be more pickier and want a hot stud. Of course I asked myself that, and of course I felt like I finished last. So I focused on what I could control. Myself. My life was now fully under my control now that I was single. So I focused on my friends, fitness, career. Within 1 year I had built a new place and had a new sports car in the driveway. I was surrounded by friends that loved me. I was even more fit than before. And I was dating like a madman. Within 2 years I had gone through my super dating phase and had gotten into a really good long-term relationship. Within 3 years I moved in with her. And soon came marriage and kids and promotions and a white picket fence and vacation properties. My ex took everything from me. So I rebuilt it on my own, even better. My ex lost all the money I gave her within 1 year. Has been single for 20 years. Has cheated apparently on many guys. Never married or had kids, her 2 priorities, at least what she told me. Struggled with money a lot, particularly the first 5 years. She'd call me or my family up complaining and looking for money. She'd complain to friends that she couldn't find a good guy. I have been happily married for a long time and have a great life. My life, in fact, has gotten better every single day my ex hasn't been a part of it. I'm so happy for you and glad everything worked out for the better. I hope someday that in the future for me. How old were you when all this happened? 26 was lucky, we didn't have kids yet. So I could just give her 90% of everything we had and walk away clean. Don't change the approach though, focus on what you can control. You can't control her. You can only control yourself. Don't waste your time talking to her or trying to understand her. At best it wastes your precious life, and at worst it will cloud your thinking even further as you try to distort your thinking until the garbage she is spouting makes sense to you. Life is better single than with someone that abuses you. And if you find someone that you can actually trust, man, life's pretty sweet. But you can't have any of that if you focus on her or her nonsense. Thanks, brother. Best wishes to you and your family. You as well. You will rise again. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.